All right, I want you to imagine something with me for a second. Just picture a machine sitting right there in your backyard, equipped with a drill made of completely indestructible metal. Now imagine you turn this thing on, and it just never stops digging. It grinds straight down through the dirt, punching through the crust, endlessly tunneling deep into the earth. What do you think it would actually find down there?
I mean, is there really a hell down there? If you just kept going, would you eventually hit some underworld of fire? Or maybe a completely hidden, entirely different world? Could it be an endless, empty void? Or maybe something so bizarre that we haven't even wrapped our heads around it yet? Take a second right now and drop your best guess in the comments, because in today's Explainer, we're stripping away all the fiction to uncover the incredible, mind-bending scientific reality of what is actually right beneath our feet.
Section 1. The limit of human digging. You know, when we were kids, we kind of all thought we could just grab a plastic shovel, head out to the park, and dig a hole straight to the center of the earth, right? Well, the hard reality of human engineering tells a very different story. 12.2 kilometers. That is literally it. That is the absolute limit of human digging. It's the deepest man-made hole in the entire world. Even after decades of relentless drilling, throwing massive technological resources and all our human ingenuity at it, we hit an absolute brick wall at just 12.2 kilometers down.
And honestly, this just brilliantly illustrates how tiny that human achievement actually is. Our deepest, most impressive hole caps out at 12.2 kilometers. But the Earth's total diameter, that's a massive 12,742 kilometers. To put that gigantic gap into perspective, if the Earth were an apple, our most advanced, heavy-duty drill wouldn't even pierce the skin. It's barely a microscopic scratch on the surface of our world.
Which brings us to Section 2, the 4 layers of Earth.
So, if we can't physically dig our way down there, what actually exists beneath the surface? Well, the crucial thing to understand is that the Earth isn't just one giant solid rock. It's actually beautifully structured into 4 distinct layers. First up, step 1 is the crust. This is 5 to 70 kilometers thick, and it's the ground we walk on, where we build our cities, and honestly, the only layer we've ever physically touched. Then we hit step 2, the mantle. This layer is huge, about 2,900 kilometers deep, filled with incredibly hot, slowly flowing rocks. This is exactly where magma comes from, giving volcanoes all their destructive fuel. Move deeper to step 3, the outer core. This is a swirling, violent ocean of molten iron and nickel, and its constant churning is actually what creates the Earth's magnetic field, which, by the way, is absolutely vital for protecting us from deadly space radiation. Finally, we hit step 4, the inner core, a completely solid, incredibly dense sphere of iron and nickel sitting right at the dead center.
Now, trying to actually travel down through those layers, that's where things get pretty terrifying, because the environment becomes incredibly hostile, incredibly fast. For every single kilometer you descend into the Earth, the temperature spikes by an average of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Just think about that for a second. The deeper you go, it literally turns into an absolute oven ready to bake anything that dares to enter. And by the time you reach that inner core, the heat hits a staggering 5,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius. Just to put that crazy number into perspective for you, that is nearly as hot as the surface of the sun itself. So when you combine that immense, metal-melting heat with crushing physical pressure that would instantly flatten any machinery, plus a total lack of oxygen, well, this is exactly why tunneling straight through the planet is completely, 100% impossible for any human or machine we can currently conceive of.
Section 3, Hell or Science.
For thousands of years, because we couldn't actually see down there, humanity just filled that dark void with stories. Many ancient myths describe a literal hell or secret underground worlds, but science has impartially uncovered a very different reality. Extreme heat, distinct natural geological layers, flowing magma, and solid iron. We aren't looking at some supernatural realm here. We're looking at a hyper-extreme, beautifully complex natural environment.
Section 4. How do we know? Okay, so you might be wondering, if we just established that our deepest hole is barely a scratch, and the intense heat would melt our best machines, how do scientists actually know all this stuff with such certainty? Well, the answer lies in seismic waves. Whenever an earthquake happens, it sends these massive waves of energy rippling all the way through the Earth. Scientists study how these waves travel, how they bend, and how they slow down or speed up as they pass through different materials, like solid rock versus liquid iron. It's essentially like giving the Earth a giant ultrasound. This super clever technique allows us to clearly map out this hidden interior that is completely out of our physical reach.
You know, the big takeaway from all of this
is just the profound irony of it all. Think about it. We've conquered outer space. We've sent rovers to literally drive around on Mars and probes entirely outside of our solar system. Yet, the deep interior of the very planet we walk on every single day remains this untouchable, inaccessible mystery. We literally know more about the vacuum of space millions of miles away than we do about the fiery core directly beneath our shoes. It's wild.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. If humanity eventually invents some kind of futuristic technology capable of actually surviving the journey to the very center of the Earth, what do you truly believe we'll find down there? Will it just be the solid iron our seismic maps predict, or is the Earth holding on to one last massive, unimaginable secret? Let me know your theories down in the comments. And hey, if you love diving into the facts behind the great mysteries of our universe, make sure to like, share, and follow the Dark Fact X for more explainers just like this one. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time.